Good evening, people. Hello, you beautiful people out there in the world. Hello there. Stay safe from the virus. Good evening, people. Good evening. Good evening, Sire. Good evening, Zazu. What's up, y'all, people? Look, the original Xbox One is not a failure. The original Xbox One is not a failure. The only thing that went wrong with the original Xbox One, was the game sharing thing, and you couldn't play. You had to use the Kinect with the Xbox One most of the time, but that's about it. But other than that, the original Xbox One is not a failure. And you're like, what? No, it's not a failure. What do you consider a failure? A failure in video games is when you refuse. To me, a failure in video games is when you refuse to correct something knowing that it is the right thing to do and you didn't do it. That's a failure. And I could use the Wii U as an example. Okay? But anyway, the original Xbox One is not a failure. And you're like, huh? Man, the Xbox One didn't sell this, and this. The original Xbox One is not a failure. Do you people really realize that the original people with the original Xbox One that didn't buy the Xbox One S and didn't buy the Xbox One X and didn't even buy the Series X yet, or the Series S, do you know that these people are getting their games? Do you know that the original Xbox One is using the same graphical user interface as the Series X and S? And not only that, people with the original Xbox One, with the Kinect or without the Kinect, they're getting their games. They have the same graphical user interface, and they can play Halo Infinite. They are playing next gen games right now. They are playing, let's see, Cyberpunk. They're playing Dirt 5. They're playing Assassin's Creed, what's that, Valhalla? They're about to play Final Fantasy VII, the remake. The original Xbox One is not a failure. You know, when Phil Spencer came out and said, sales is not the end all be all to video games, it's true. Now most people on YouTube, they try to push sales number in your face. But the original Xbox One is not a failure. These people are online gaming. These people are playing next gen games right now. They are about to play Halo Infinite when it comes out in November. Whatever games comes out on the Series X or S or PS5 physical and digital, the people with the original Xbox One will be playing these games. They will be playing them, and they will get the smart delivery upgrade. They're playing Call of Duty Cold War right now. These people are gaming. They are playing Squadrons. They're playing Jedi Fallen Order. They're playing. I mean, they are playing. The people who couldn't afford the Xbox One S, the Xbox One One X, the Xbox Series S, or the Series X. Those people that couldn't afford those consoles, all they could afford was the original model, the original Xbox One. These people are gaming. Okay, they're getting their updates. They're getting the deals, and they're playing the same games right now till the end of this year. Okay, because after that, the developers are going to start The developers are going to start focusing on the Xbox Series S and X and PS5 physical and digital. But the people with the original model, these people are gaming. I'm saying. So people on YouTube talking about the Xbox One, the original Xbox One, is a failure. In what world, dude? In what world? It's not a failure. Microsoft might have had a hiccup with the Xbox, with the original Xbox One. But the point is, Phil Spencer never gave up on it. He fixed the he kept fixing the infrastructure and improving the system with updates. And he made sure that when he came out with the Xbox One S and Xbox One X, that those people with the original model can still play the same games. Okay? So like I said, people on YouTube still running their mouth talking about the original Xbox One is a failure. Like I said before, in what world? That system is not a failure. Like I said, some people can't afford the One S or the X or the Series X or the Series S, but they have the original model and they're playing next gen games. So the original Xbox One is not a failure. It is a winner. It is a winner. And that is what Nintendo should have done with the Wii U. Okay? That is what Nintendo should have done with the Wii U. Okay? The infrastructure for the Wii U was there. The console just needs some power. Needs some power behind it. Okay? Needs some power and some more RAM and a new board. And it's use the real version to the video card that was in the Wii U. The real version. They didn't need Nvidia. Okay? Nvidia was a publicity stunt. Okay? So the original Xbox One is not a failure, man. People are gaming right now on that same console. Now, like I said, when it's time to get the Series X, they will get it. But right now, they're not breaking their necks to get the Series X right now. It's not the time to get it right now. But right now, the original model is all they can afford. And they're playing the heck out of it. Okay? So anybody on YouTube or Twitter telling you that the original Xbox One is a failure, just look them dead in their face and said, in what world? What is a failure? That's the first question you ask them. What is a failure? How is it a failure when it's playing the same games? When it's playing next gen games. In the PS5 physical and digital era, and in the Xbox Series S and X era. How is the original Xbox One a failure? It's not. Okay, that console is a winner. And these people are online gaming, man. Make no mistake about it. They are gaming. Okay, it's just facts, man. Just look at it. You're like, when you see people say, "Oh man, the original Xbox One is a failure," huh? What are you talking about? And then when you really look at it, it's not, man. And here's the thing: even though they don't make the Kinects no more, the Kinect is still good. The Kinect is still good. Okay, you can use the Kinect to talk to the console. You know what I'm saying? Just don't say Xbox too much. You might be talking about Xbox and then the Kinect think you're talking to it. You know what I'm saying? So, like I found out. But anyway, the original Xbox One model, man, it's a winner. You know, it is a winner. It's facts, man. Just look at it. You know, the only difference between that and the PS4, the PS4, the first model was the RAM. The original Xbox One was using DDR3, but the PS5 was using PS4, not PS5. PS4 was using GDR5. But still, even though the PlayStation was using GDR5, the original model was still getting the people that had the original model, they were still getting their games. Phil Spencer didn't leave that console hanging when he made the other two models. Those people were still getting their games. And then when the pandemic hits, the original Xbox One, it was still shining. It is a winner. It was still getting next. It was still getting next gen games. Let that sink in for a minute. Like I said, anybody telling you that, well, the original Xbox One is a failure. In what world? In what world? What are you talking about? Well, it's a failure. Look at the sales numbers. Sales. You're looking at sales when the original Xbox One is playing Assassin's Creed Valhalla, like PS5 and the Xbox Series X. So how is the console a failure? It is not. It is a winner. Anyway, nice talking to you, beautiful people. Chris, still a Star Wars and Star Trek thing, or Dark Side. I'm gone. Peace.